Welcome back to some Rocket League for Fan Shot tonight. Tonight we have a very special game, or games, should I say. We actually don't know how many we're going to be playing tonight. We could either be playing 2 or we could play up to 5. It depends. So this is a mini tournament to see who qualifies for a big tournament that we have on Saturday. Our main roster has already qualified and they'll be playing guaranteed, but now our ACAT is going to be playing, and so they need to win a minimum of 3 games, a maximum of 4. It depends how the bracket goes, but we'll touch more on that later. But we are gonna be showing you who plays on the ACAT because I know you guys don't see him too much on stream.
That's right, folks. We've got the wonderful Your Peepaw, Chronicle Ones, and Mygo Prophet. Now, these guys are really good. We've seen them kind of play across the semester. They kind of sit in the middle of the roster there, kind of in the series, in the standings, I would say. But yeah, they're pretty great. They'll be going up against a bunch of teams today, and we're confident. Look at them. We've got our goat on the back there, the coach as well. So Chronicle, Prophet, Peepaw. Look at them. Look at those smiles. Look at those happy faces. There's all the bunch of young men living in the moment.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a great game for sure to watch, and I'm very excited to see how it goes. I talked to Leo, their captain, already, and he said he has a lot of faith that this team can go all the way, and we could be seeing 5 matches tonight, or even less, depending on how we do. But yeah, so if we do lose 1 game, we go to a lower bracket, but the lower bracket still qualifies for just like a kind of a D2 type of tournament. That'll be on Saturday, but nonetheless, they will play on Saturday if they qualify. There's 4 teams that qualify, but I don't remember how many is in the whole tournament, but there's a good amount. Like, that is why we have so many games tonight. But honestly, I am not complaining. You know I love some Rocket League. I know everyone watching at home loves some Rocket League. I'm excited to see this. Again, we don't see these players too often, so it's going to be super, super fun to just see some new dynamics, some new mechanics coming out, and just see what they've been working on since we've seen them left. And we are already jumping right into it a minute into the match.
Yeah, 0-0 here. These guys just started there, and already we're seeing now on the side of McMaster right, we've got Jarky, we've got Peter, and we've got Flips. Not too hard to pronounce, as we've seen some other players' names.
Yes.
But here already, though, the aggression from Fuel, Peepaw trying to score one in the net, though. Prophet being able to defend for his team, as Fuel are able to redirect the momentum towards the other net. Flips there, keeping it on Fuel's side, but it looks like Chronicle will be going for attempting an aerial with the bump at the last second, recovered by Flips.
That's impressive. An air dribble bump, I said this before, again, it's most commonly used in 1s or 2s, because with 3s, someone, like we saw there, someone was there to back him up and was able to make that save. But just to pull that out in a game like that and know that your teammate has, your team has that trust in you to be able to go for a very kind of like by yourself play is impressive. And wow, what a save and a great shot. Both of these teams are just showing off. I think they've been working a lot. They've been getting in their bag a ton the past few weeks since we've seen them, and they're just pulling out all the stops. A great 0-0 match so far, as it's almost halfway done and still nobody scores. And also, don't be fooled. Fuel is not up 1 right now, just a little error, but that will be fixed shortly. But Fuel is looking really dominant so far in this game when they've got possession, but honestly, it's been a great back and forth. So I'm excited to see who can take game 1.
Prophet here going up to the sides, going for a setup with his teammate, but Peepaw just missing that shot, as now Fuel try to recover, Chronicle missed as Peepaw recovers the ball for the team. Chronicle getting demoed in the rally pocket there. As Prophet now trying to control this on White's side here, as they go for an attack again. McMaster putting that pressure in, putting it into the left pocket, going for a pinch. Peter tries to make something happen. Field, though, recovering this. Prophet attempting to make something happen. Jark just getting him off that ball. Peepaw and Chronicle recovering for him as Peepaw takes this toward the net. Going for a bump there, a pinch off top, but both players a little bit out of position, as now McMaster will be able to recover this, getting it just a bit across Jark there as he gets a pinch to Flips, but recovered by Peepaw, and now Fuel will be pressing the attack on the other side.
And a nice shot and just a great save, but we're going to come in with your Peepaw, and he just can't get it to go. A phenomenal defensive masterclass we've seen so far from McMaster White already. A great job, and Flips is going to try to put one on the board here, but a great save by Chronicle. They're showing me some phenomenal mechanical plays, honestly. Like, anytime, oh my goodness, anytime I kind of like think that that's going to be a hard save or a hard shot or something, they make it look easy, but Flips making that goal look easy, just kind of catching Fuel out of place here on that rotation. You see him, Chronicles kind of pushes out of the net a little too far. Your Peepaw is just too close to it, kind of just both not exactly where they should have been, unfortunately. But nonetheless, a great shot by McMaster White, taking advantage of that miscommunication, kind of misplay there. But this game is not over. A minute and 10 seconds still left. There's a lot of game left to play, and it's been super even. And a nice 50 win. This could be something for him.
Peepaw pushing that pressure up. Chronicle with an opportunity, and he scores!
Mark my words, I told you. Look at that.
Slipping it in at the last second, right into the corner of the net. Just waiting for that out of position from Flips, just going a bit too far. You know, you see in these kind of matches, playing a lot more on those side posts than where your main roster you tend to play over the backboard. But here, Fuel now getting that aggressiveness. They want to win this series bad. It clearly show. Peepaw gets up there, is able to redirect it up. Profit going for an aerial. Does go slightly to the side as McMaster will try to control this. Peter here now with an aerial, passes up to his teammate. A beautiful flick in. Flips, puts it to the side here, trying to make something happen. Peepaw now recovers this. Pass to Profit, goes a little bit over as Jark will now recover this for his team. Tries to intercept Peepaw, but he manages to push through.
What a pinch.
As now Fuel here are putting the attack on a lock as McMaster's now kind of sitting on the back foot.
Yeah, and I mean, Fuel's doing a really good job of just rolling with that goal, right? They get that one goal. They're keeping this momentum up. There's not a lot of time left. They're kind of being a bit risky, leaving their goal a bit exposed. But if they're going to play like this, it really doesn't matter. McMaster isn't going to have a chance to kind of breathe. Chronicles is just going up, trying to hope for something. There's only 5 seconds left. Can Fuel stop this from going into overtime, or is it going to hit the ground? It's looking like McMaster is going to let it hit the ground here, and it does. So an overtime game in game 1 already. We got a long night ahead of us. But a nice win from Fuel. This is going to be a good opportunity, and a miss, and just off the mark. If Fuel was able to kind of predict that and get over there to get it, they would have had a free goal. But obviously, you're not thinking a team's missing that. It's off the kickoff. You're not rotating over there. But Fuel, again, they're just keeping this momentum going from that goal. Unfortunately, a little mistouch there by Profit. But honestly, Chronicles has been super, super solid. I feel like anytime I'm kind of worried for them, Chronicles has been there to shut that doubt out of my mind and done a great job at the save. And just a nice clear reset. They don't have a lot of boost. Good job.
Now here, Peter, they're controlling it past Fuel, putting them on overextend here as they're now 3v1 toward the net. Profit, though, does manage to get up in time. He will keep Fuel in the game just a little bit longer. Flips now pressing the attack again. The ball is sitting over Fuel's net. Chronicle playing off that backboard, not allowing for any kind of drop down in. But
wow.
Profit at the last second, keeping his team in again, just being that pylon in the net, keeping themselves out from another goal opportunity, but he does go a bit high. Chronicle controlling this here in the bottom. Fuel now, the pressure is on. They got to clear it out of their pocket, but it won't be enough as Peter slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, Fuel did a really good job for that kind of last minute of regulation, and then the first 30 seconds of overtime, they did a phenomenal job of pushing that pace and keeping it how they wanted to play. But then as soon as McMaster got a hold of that, they just kind of took control, had a lot of shots at the end. Fuel was super low on boost, but they were able to make it close, a really close game for game 1. And now these are all best of 5s tonight, so no best of 7s. We won't see any of that. But this will be a big win. As we talked about, the bracket is made it so if you lose one time, you're not able to qualify in the top part, and you'll go down to the lower bracket. So this is going to be huge. You want to get this first one on the board just so you can play, number 1, less games. Number 2, you can qualify for that higher bracket. And just number 3, you want to kind of feel good going into game 2, no matter what. Like, even if it's in the lower bracket or high bracket, you'd rather have a win under your belt already. Yeah. But honestly, that was a super close game, like 50-50 all around the board. It could have gone either way on any different day. So I'm excited to see who wins this one. But solid for both teams. I didn't really see a lot of weaknesses, and I didn't really see a lot of strength, other than a lot of their mechanical plays have really impressed me so far. Like, look at that nice aerial control. Flips with almost a flip reset there. Just couldn't get it in time as a Fuel came in and stopped him midway through. But very impressive so far. Yeah,
I will say I do notice with these players a lot of dry boosting, which is when you're only using boost to get leverage up in the air rather than playing off of walls or jump momentum. So you tend to see a lot of not as great boost economy in this kind of bracket or this kind of league here. As you'll see a lot of them using boost to kind of correct themselves in the air if they kind of mess up, and you really don't want that to happen. But that doesn't matter as Chronicle just controlling it on the ground, bouncing it in. A beautiful goal for his team off of a pinch. Fuel's just ready to capitalize on that, sink it into their net.
It's a really fortunate bounce for the side of Fuel. Unfortunate, obviously, for McMaster. But again, that's what separates good teams and great teams. I always say it, but it's like if you can capitalize on a small mistake, that's just a lucky bounce that went their way, and they were able to score. And now they're feeling a lot more confident. They're up 1. This is the first time they've led against McMaster. I mean, this is only game 2, but still, you want to just hold on to this. You saw how close last match was. It went into a minute of overtime. You want to keep this lead. It's great to have it. So I hope they just can keep the pace going and not kind of be too shy. A lot of teams will see they get up a goal, even 2 sometimes, and then they're just like, well, we don't need to attack. But I like how Fuel keeps this constant pressure right here going into their end and just pressuring them, making it so they can't stop at all. And going up for a nice aerial is your Peepaw, but cannot get it. A great save by Flips as he tries to go for an aerial and just miss. This is going to be on net. We're going to need to have a save here and a great clear as well.
Peter's family just getting there for his team. Fuel now pressing this attack a lot more aggressive than last game. Now this does kind of leave them open if they go and overextend, which we have seen in the past is kind of one of their weaknesses. As Chronicle is now kind of pushing into this attack with his teammate. We're seeing a lot more of those pass plays come up. Flips with a last second save, getting it just off that post. And now here, McMaster has an opportunity, but no, Chronicle will be just controlling this ball. Fuel doing a great job of just keeping it in there. He's going to flip it over him.
Beautiful.
Dump it into that
now,
net.
if we are able to see this replay is very nice. Look at your Chronicles. He's out of the play, but he's not actually. He goes for that amazing bump. He doesn't even get it, but it doesn't matter because he catches him off balance. Phenomenal job there by Fuel, recognizing we're up a man. I can't touch the ball, but I can, hit the other opponent's car. And a phenomenal job. Now they are up 2-0. There's still 3 minutes, so a lot of gameplay, but they are looking on fire. They are, quote unquote, fueled up tonight, as we can see. This is a whole new side of the Academy team. I've only, I believe, casted and watched them one time, and wow, they are now up. Oh, an unfortunate
Chronicle
play there by Fuel. Those happen all the time, but
bounce.
Luckily you are up. You have some cushioning. But I mean, just a great job tonight by Fuel. They're doing a really good job playing super well as a team. As you saw, what a double tap from the ground, a little pinch off the ground. But if you watch, a lot of McMaster's kind of flukes come from double commits, and oh my goodness, I didn't even see him there in the explosion.
Smoke,
But a lot of McMaster's goals that they're letting in come from mess-ups and double commits. It's seeming like McMaster is making quite a few mistakes on defense. They're going for the same ball, multiple players, and not communicating as well, whereas Fuel hasn't really done that too much tonight. Like, a great job by your Peepaw there. Just so smooth with it, so clean.
As well, I think, if you noticed there right before, he just used a speed momentum boost instead of using his actual boost to get to that ball. Great, just reserving that boost economy, waiting for it here. Chronicle going to try to set up for one of his teammates, but Flips will just get in there. You can't sit on that ball too long, as it is a fast-paced game, and momentum is everything here. As Dark and McMaster try to move into a rhythm, pressing this attack. Peter Span's a bit too far. Does kind of get a little bump, but won't be enough. He's going to go up here and accidentally bump it farther away from the net. Dark controlling this bounce, though, going to try to go for an attack, but doesn't really quite have anything set up for it. As Fuel are now recovering this ball and driving it into McMaster's end.
Now, the one thing I have been noticing there while you're talking is Fuel, nice save. They're very good on defense and offense. They're pretty even on both fronts, if I'm being completely honest. But the one thing that I think separates them, what a pinch. What a pinch from the side wall, but just not on net.
I don't know if that was intentional, but he wasn't not going to complain.
I love it. I love having that aggressiveness, especially if you can get a shot off in your own net. That's just an amazing feeling, right? There's no risk because you're already at your own net. But the one thing that Fuel is kind of messing up here is they can get a clear, like you see this clear right here. Luckily, they're able to transition out of it, but they're having a lot of times being able to actually get it from out of their end to the opponents. They can clear it, but they can't they can't keep control of it the whole time. And so I think they kind of need to work on that transition from defense to offense, because again, if you keep,
Ooh, double post again as Flips comes in at the last second.
Yeah, if you keep up these long offensive streaks on the side of McMaster, they're gonna have a goal like this, right? You're just gonna keep shooting. Eventually, one is gonna go in. And so that's the thing. Fuel needs to not only be able to save the ball, but save the ball safely and be able to transition it from their defensive end to their offensive end. And this is going to be a tough shot.
Oh!
Flips. Wow. Chronicles misses it, but his teammate is there to save it.
This Prophet once again saves it at the last second. Fuel will take this second match 2-1. Again, very mirroring that first game's score. Super close. I think Fuel doing a really good job there, but a couple of slip-ups. I think they have that aggressiveness, and I think you're right. It's playing smartly. Putting the ball where you want it to succeed. Because you have to be thinking one move ahead. When you're controlling that bounce, sure, you're stopping the ball from going near end, but where's it going to end up?
Exactly. No, you're 100% right, and that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Again, when you watch like our top team play, they know exactly what's going to happen with the ball, and sometimes it is good to just clear it. You need some boost to reset it, but a lot of the time you want to be able to have an option to transition it from defense to offense to put that pressure on them. Because like you talk about it all the time about when you're going up for these aerials, you're wasting a lot of boost. And so if you're doing that on offense, it's able to kind of like you can get a cheeky shot in. If you're able to just get it on net and they don't have enough boost to recover to get back, that's when you find those openings and put yourself up one. And again, that kind of shot is similar, right? He's shooting it from half. Nobody's able to get back. It, luckily didn't go in for the side of McMaster.
Ooh!
But wow, that's what I'm talking about.
Cherry picking. There we go.
Nicely done. If you can just clear up the ball, and they don't have boost to get back in time for this, right? And they're too far in their own end. Profit there, no boost. Your Peepaw just throws it up to him. Impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that is a valid strategy of if you're gonna clear, have a guy hang.
For sure.
Then that way it looks like a pass and not just a clear. Then it's like, oh, look, I passed it instead of, oh, look, I just shot it into their end, hopefully get it out of mine. Here's Fuel already pressing the attack. Does go off the crossbar for Peepaw. As Prophet now kind of left on his own to defend, does manage to redirect it to the side, but Flips will still be able to take it to the net as Starkey there tries to get up. Doesn't quite put it in the net. Fuel here now in an advantageous position if they can manage to recover this ball, as it looks like McMaster is low on boost. Now pressing that attack for Peter. The good save at the last second. Prophet misses it in the air, which will allow for Flips to also not have enough boost to get up. And Peter...
Dude, he was faking. You didn't hear him calm that? Right here, this is a fake.
This bro mean I don't hear him.
Flips is a fake right there, right? And honestly, I know he didn't mean to, but Flips did actually get a nice job at faking that there for Peter Spams to come in and get that. A happy mistake. That nicely done by them. And now it's 1-1. You'll take those goals. You got to take those whenever you can. Just like little goals that you normally wouldn't go in, but today's your day and they happen to. So phenomenal job by McMaster to just keep up that constant pressure and not let Fuel breathe with this 1-goal lead. And now we're back to 0-0. Like you said, these games are close.
Oh. Peepaw trying to go for a flip there.
Oh my.
But doesn't quite get that. Pinched off the board, just almost going in Fuel's top corner. Chronicle now taking this to the net. Flips ready for the redirect. Peepaw gets a shot off the backboard here. Can they try to follow up? No. Won't quite be enough momentum or position to really make something happen. Now Flips here with an opportunity on Fuel's net. Can Chronicle get there in time?
That's
cannot.
Super unfortunate. And again, watch this replay. Look at this. So Peter is out of the play, but he's going for this demo on the side. Like maybe Chronicles could have got there if he had like a straight line, but Peter knows he can't touch the ball, so he's going to go for that demo. We saw that earlier on the side of Fuel, so now McMaster is kind of like, let me show you, we can do this too. But a nice win for the side of Fuel. But again, this is good. This might be another goal, and it is. Yeah, you can't give up the ball, especially in that midfield, and especially right off the bat. Prophet is the only one that is in like a good position to attack there, and it's just the team was ready to push up, and nobody else is there to defend. They're putting all their faith in Prophet, which you should. You need to be able to trust your teammates, but unfortunate mess up. And now Fuel was once up 1, is now down 2 with still 3 minutes left to go. A lot of goals already in this game, and this could be a shot, but a nice save there.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing these very rudimentary aerials. I think they have to have more planning in mind when they're going for these attacks. Like we said, playing as well, play the ball, not the man, is so important here. If you're just playing off of their momentum, not the ball's momentum, and you're going to get tricked, as Flips did. Here is Fuel already. McMaster recovering this ball, pushing it toward the side. Fuel does manage to clear this, and Chronicle will follow up with this ball. Does manage to get it past Flips as Flips gets bumped out. Chronicle now redirecting this toward the net, and both be there. Just Prophet doesn't quite get there as Flips will now go to a good direction toward the net. And ooh, wow, Jarky was there already for it. Good pass into the net. I mean, that is the correct position. You'll see most players will usually sit right in front of the net when that ball comes toward it. Jarky just playing off the wall, playing that momentum. It's something you don't usually see this way.
No, but I mean, he adapted on the fly there to be in that corner and still be able to get a nice aerial shot off. And another goal from Jark. He has now 2 goals in the span of 2 seconds, basically, is what it feels like. It's just unfortunate. This is, again, one, a kickoff goal is going to happen probably once a series for probably either team. It's going to happen. It just sucks that it happens when you kind of let in 5 straight goals that could have all been prevented, and then another one goes in that you can't prevent. It's just salt in the wound, right? Because normally if a kickoff goal happens, you're like, okay, shake it off. A kickoff goals happen. We got it. But you just let in 4 in a row, and you start thinking like, okay, are our kickoffs messed up too? Like, what are we doing wrong? You start second guessing yourself. So this is big, and Game 4s and best of 7s are huge games, and also this Game 3 is a huge game because it shows who is going to go up now and who's going to put someone, to face elimination. This is really tough, and a nice pinch there. That's actually going to be a goal if Prophet can get to it in time, but he cannot, unfortunately. Just too slow, but a nice pinch by Chronicles.
Yeah, you got to be careful clearing in front of the net here as both players get it up there, but at the last second, Prophet with a beautiful save. Fuel now with momentum, taking it toward McMaster's net. Flips gets just a little touch on it, but can they make something happen? They've got a minute and 20 seconds to get 4 goals. You're going to have to see a miracle happen here as Peapod and Chronicle overextending into their lane. You got to be looking at better pushes here. Prophet with a bit of a mix-up. Doesn't quite get there on this ball. Guys, you got to be playing a lot more careful than this.
I mean, it's tough. You kind of have to just risk it all. It's kind of a Hail Mary, right? You're down 4. You got a minute left. Just throw everything you can. If they score another one, we're probably not winning this already, so we might as well go all offense, and that's what it seems like they're doing. I hope they can at least just find one because, like I said, that momentum carries, and it carries through games. Just being able to get 1 goal and then push it to that momentum to the next is crucial, and unfortunately the opposite happens.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, your defense here needs to be better. Like, you're going off the wall, you're getting frantic. The pressure is really seems like it's starting to weigh on Fuel here as, they're kind of down at this point. I think, yeah, just looking for that 1 goal to build that mental back up is really all you want to do at this point. Yeah, like, you don't want to be letting it get to the point where you're clearing in front of the net, you're just poking it out, hoping that your teammate will be there. As Fuel now here with 15 seconds left. We go for 1 last attempt. Jark up out as it looks like your Peapod is able to control this in the mid, but doesn't follow through as now Peter clears to Flips. Prophet doesn't quite get a paw on it. Now they're pressing for 1 last attack here as Peter gets a shot off the backboard. Fuel now. The ball's going to hit the ground, and McMaster will take Game 3.
I mean, you can see it in Chronicle. Chronicle's face kind of says it all there. It's a tough loss, a big sigh there from him, but it looks like they're all taking their headsets off. Leo is going to have something to say to him. Yeah, they're going to have some adjustments, and they're listening very, attentively. They know that went wrong. They probably know a little bit why, but I bet you that, Leo's bird's eye view of being able to watch the whole game, he has some great insight. And honestly, I think that was just kind of unlucky, if I'm going to be honest. I don't usually like giving those types of cop-outs of saying, like, luck versus unlucky, because you can always do something. But a lot of those goals were unlucky mess-ups. They were up 1, and then Prophet on the side wall, he kind of just actually messed up a free shot, free goal. Now they're up 1. There was also another kickoff goal. That's tough. That goal at the very end, you're going all in on offense. They're probably going to score. That's tough again. There's 3 goals right there that are unfortunate. The other 3, they're difficult, but momentum does play a part in that, and they were also, it's just how that game goes. Shake it off, right? It doesn't matter how many you lost by. You did lose. You have to win this game, but let's just start with 1, right, and then push from there. I just want to see them get back to how they were playing. It seems like they started off last match how they normally do. Very sound, very fundamental, playing super well, patient. But it seems like they're kind of crumbling under the pressure here right now. Now, I know McMaster White is a very solid team. I know that they're probably going to go far in this tournament, but I mean, Fuel took 1 game off them. They could take 2 more. It's
Yeah,
tough.
it just, yeah, you know, you got to just be able to adapt here, and you don't want to let in those easy goals, right? As Peapod now is going to try to take this momentum with the ball through the middle. Doesn't quite get there. Now, if you aren't going to be able to follow through on that top part, you don't want to be wasting that boost. You want to be playing around with smarter clears, kind of playing off the rebound of your opponent's clear. As now McMaster pressing this attack, Flips will be up there. He'll get a touch on it. Now Chronicle is having to control this ball just a bit out there. You want to be more putting it into the wall in that scenario, going for clear down there rather than taking it out to you just lead it right to the enemy team. Because if you're not paying attention to your surroundings, that ball just goes right through.
Yes.
You get goals like that.
No, for sure. I mean, you were saying it as it happened. You kind of saw the future a little bit. If you're going to clear it through the middle, you need to know at least if someone's there or if you're able to follow up. Neither were able to be done, and it's just seeming like McMaster is rolling right now after getting all those goals in the last game. They're just keeping they're just keeping their foot on the gas, right? They're not letting them breathe whatsoever. And I mean, just take this offense for example. They haven't got it out of their end, and the kickoff was 20 seconds ago, and Fuel is still just fighting on defense.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be looking for those mid-center clears where you're clearing from like where Peapod would be right there. That's where you want to be putting that ball in, because then they can't be just sitting there on that back pocket, and you have a team that can follow through on these attacks here. As Peapod now just getting in there, looking to hopefully make something happen. A ball goes up, but no one's there for it to recover. As Fuel now are having to go back again. Does manage to clear it. Chronicle does have an opportunity, but goes a bit to the wide as he tried to predict Peter's block there, but just couldn't quite get where he wanted. This Jarkey now controlling this ball, going to go for a ground pinch, but now Fuel, they've got the momentum a little bit back on their side. Prophet now having to redirect it, puts it a bit to the side, but right to Jarkey as that ball goes up into the net. Unlucky
left.
clear.
Top left. That was a really good shot, though. I'll give it by Jark here. As you can see, just coming in. It's probably saved if it's anywhere but there. Prophet, unfortunately, just kind of caught in the net there. It's really tough on Fuel right now. I mean, they've let in 9 consecutive goals in a row in the past 2 games, which is never good for the mental or morale whatsoever. But they just got to keep their head up, right? You still have 3 minutes left. All you need is 3 goals. Going to overtime, reset. It's doable for sure, and it could start here with Chronicles pushing the ball up to Prophet, but just kind of letting it go. I like this resetting, a little bump. They got to get a bit more grimy, because whatever they're doing before, right, trying to play slow, play as a team, methodical, it worked in the first 2 games. Didn't work last game, and it's not working now. Yeah, you see Peapod. He's kind of getting more aggressive, and unfortunately just messes up there. Just a tough mess up there. I mean, Peapod very frustrated. They're watching this replay. I'm sure on Peapod maybe lagged or something like that. He's probably saying in the chat, but it's unfortunate. That's going to happen. You're going to miss the routine ones every now and then, and it seems like Fuel's missing a lot of the routine ones right now. But it's a lot of pressure. It's a big game. It's a high-stakes game.
Right,
but
Peapod, just off the crossbar. Not quite where he wanted. Prophet there did it best to try to control it, keep it there. As Chronicle does overextend here. Now leaving an open net for Fuel. Prophet trying to get back in time, but it won't be enough. He just gets a touch on it with that ball, leaving your net exposed like that. We're now down 5-0.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really hard, and I mean, you can feel it even in the studio here, right? We're already kind of down. It's frustrating, especially because we were doing so well before. I think they know where they're kind of messing up, and it's hard to get out of this rhythm. Also, the momentum is on McMaster's side. McMaster has been playing phenomenal. I got to be completely honest. I think we've kind of stopped touching on their side of it because we're kind of trying to see what Fuel can do, give them some insight. But right now, McMaster is playing so well as a team and so organized. But your Peapod, again, that's probably going to go in most of the time. But they're on their game right now. They're not letting a single shot go in. Again, 11 straight consecutive goals in the past 2 games, and there's still 1:30 left. McMaster White, I did not know you were like this. Now, I was warned, I said again, that they are a good team. This is going to be a tough fight. But wow.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a lot of cradling on the side of Fuel where you're using that ball, that boost to try and get up stop that momentum, but it's such a waste of resources as we're seeing here against a team like McMaster, who are so fast and so ready to just jump on that ball. You're putting yourself in a bad situation, not setting yourself up to win. As it looks like Peter here now going for an attack, puts it up to Jarky. Sorry, as McMaster now trying to make a play happen, flips now controlling this ball. Does get pinched by Peepaw. Fuel now with an opportunity to score, but Peepaw will now control this. Get the clear in. Peter though ready for it on that pocket. As Fuel now, there we go. Chronicle putting it up to the side. 40 seconds left. You'll have to just start hammering it toward that net. And we got to be seeing those shots on or off. Because here, Peter now setting it up for Jarky here. Is Fuel again, just back and forth, ping-ponging this ball. McMaster is super comfortable in this situation. They just want to be playing around with it here, as they're going to attempt to go for kind of a bit of a deep. Won't be enough. Jarky does put it end to the side here as Chronicle recovers this ball. One last attempt. Can Chronicle get a flip in? No. He is matched by flips at the top. Fuel now. 1 second left. The ball hit the ground, and McMaster will take the series.
A super tough way to go out. I mean, you see the captain right there showing them it's okay, guys. It's tough. They still have plenty of games to play tonight. We are going to probably see a little bit of a break, but honestly, I want to get your thoughts, Jack. What should they be doing going into the next game mentally? I'm not talking about the game. Let's get the game out of here. We've seen enough gameplay that I don't want to see. What can they do? What should Leo be telling them? What, as a team, would you want them to be saying to each other?
Way more communication. We're seeing a lot of just kind of, again, like improvising off that ball, playing as like kind of that last second decision, when you should be thinking, forward. Like you should be, predicting where these things are, putting yourself in that position to succeed, and like hype each other up. You're sitting in a low, and you're coming off of a lull, a really bad loss, and you just have to recover. Like you just pretend that the last match didn't happen, because you still have an opportunity to go to the D2, right? You're not out.
Oh, for sure. We're just going into the lower bracket. We still have 4 more games possibly to play. But the one thing, honestly, I would do, and I was talking to some of the guys on the COD team, and what they did to determine the sniper rifles, who was playing sniper the one match, was they did a sniper free-for-all. And I thought that was really funny. They were just having fun before the game. Okay, who's going to use the sniper? Let's determine it by just doing a little fun 1v1. What I think they should do as a team, play some threes, just play Rumble. Yeah. Just play something fun. Just laugh about it. Start joking, going for silly plays, right? They're really good. I'm sure they could just go into some casual games, get some goals under their belt, start feeling good again, get morale up. I think they should look to do that. I know the top team also does it as well. In between matches, they'll sometimes play for fun just to keep their hands warm and going. So I'd love for them to do that, as well as what you were talking about. Just talk to each other, hype each other up, and forget all about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll have another series ready for you guys, but we are going to take a quick little break. We will be right back.
Yeah.
Go wrong. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I was